The Boss is back, and now with more eye candy than ever. For those that are not students of Mustang history, you might not know that one of the most iconic trim levels ever sold was from 69 to 70, the Boss Mustang. The original was fitted with a high-revving V8 engine rated at 290 horsepower and wrapped with an exterior body kit that included front and rear spoiler, black hood, and side stripes. Now, Mustangs have been in continuous production, and because of that, Ford has a lot to pull from. They have continuous efforts in terms of fabulous engines, the beautiful exhaust note of this car, comfort, technology, and handling, and above all, styling. Now, this color is called school bus yellow. Now, why would you use school bus yellow? That doesn't sound like a sexy color for a sports car, but this is actually a tip of the hat to the Trans Am series car that was driven in 1970 by Parnelli Jones. What's called the hockey stick stripe runs along the bottom and tilts up towards the front fender with the name of the car proudly displayed for all to see. The stripes are reflective, and Ford claims that this is the first application of this type. Now, the Boss 302 has a much bigger front spoiler than the Mustang GT that it's based on, and it has the big air splitter here on the bottom. Makes it look like a big yellow snowplow. I wouldn't recommend driving this car in the snow. I would, however, recommend driving it on the track. And you see here in the front grille where the driving lights would typically be situated, they're blacked out, but these center panels are removable. Basically, the whole idea is you go onto the track and you get better airflow into the engine. Lighter 19-inch racing wheels and staggered widths front to back, along with bigger front Brembo brakes, deliver the performance and attitude buyers are looking for. The new high-gloss panel surrounding the taillights looks a bit overdone compared to last year's Mustang. Now, getting into this Mustang really isn't trouble at all. It sits high enough off the ground, which is good for aging baby boomers. When you're inside, you slide into wonderfully supportive Recaro seats that are covered in Alcantara, which is code for fake suede. Now, this Alcantara product is now a favorite of auto manufacturers for something that's different than leather. It has a benefit. It's soft to the touch, it's warm in the winter and cool in the summer, plus you don't slide around, which is something you really want when you're throwing this car into a corner with gusto. Bringing the Mustang up to date is the inclusion of the standard sync system found on most other Ford products. It allows hands-free calling plus Bluetooth connectivity and control over connected music players. Even though Ford has updated the electronics of the car, the dash is looking a bit tired. Now, all of that stuff I mentioned is just cosmetics. The real reason to buy this car is the heart-stopping 444 horsepower from the 5-liter Mustang engine and the accompanying soundtrack. That sounds... They should bottle that and sell it. Now, you can hear that engine roar and the exhaust note. It's like a lion roaring down a tunnel. It's unbelievable. And this sound really gets to the core, the caveman part of our brain. Yet this engine is far from primitive. It's fairly smooth at idle and leaps to a maximum torque of 380 pound-feet at 4,500 RPM. The driver gets the power down through a 6-speed manual transmission and standard limited-slip rear differential. The shocks are firmer and the sway bars larger than the Mustang GT this car is based on, producing a surprisingly smooth ride. I'm sure that Ford cannot make the rear setup too stiff due to the ancient solid axle design that they have stubbornly refused to change. The Boss 302 is just the car for drivers that like the simplicity of man, motor, and machine. Yes, there's traction control and other safety aids, but the simplicity of the car is what makes it attractive. Now, we get lots of performance cars to drive on this show, but more and more computer aids are coming in. All-wheel drive, dual-clutch automatic transmission, torque vectoring, all this stuff that makes the car drive itself and not the driver. This is pure car and man and machine, as I mentioned already, and I tell you what, if I didn't already have a sports car sitting in my garage that I love, this car would replace it. The Boss 302 is a $9,500 option on top of the Mustang GT Premium trim, which brings the price up to almost $49,000. Now that is a lot of money to swallow, so a Boss 302 is not an inexpensive option. What is, however, is the Mustang GT. Now, as you can tell, I'm a huge fan of the Mustang GT. I think it is the best pony car for the dollar on the market today. This 302 just takes it to a whole new level, but one that I would be willing to find the money to purchase.
Looking for a high-performance car? We have the latest models on our website at drivingtelevision.com.